What's going on, guys? This is Mr. DeLORIAN here. Welcome to a brand new video, and welcome to my review and discussion video for The Walking Dead Worlds Beyond Season 1, Episode 1. So this is a complete unscripted review and discussion video, so there's gonna be lots of uhs and stutters and stumbles, mainly because I didn't want to write a full script for this, since I just wanted to have it all come from memory. So I'm most likely gonna forget to talk about a lot of stuff that I did enjoy in the episode. I'm gonna during editing, I'm just gonna be like, oh, I completely missed to talk about that and everything. So a little backstory on this episode, which my personal opinions leading up to the first episode is, during when they first announced The Walking Dead World Beyond, I was extremely excited for the show and everything. I was like, oh, a whole new series and everything. All the trailers looked really cool that they released, but then they started to dip off the low end with marketing, in my opinion. With advertisements, they started having these moments where it was only the characters in front of these green screens and everything, and they would have all these where they would go through their bags and take out their gear and everything, and they were releasing all this info this character's this, all this stuff is this, and it's just it really was murdering my excitement for the show, because I was like, oh, why are you releasing all this information when you guys could just show it on screen? That's just so dumb. And also the advertisements were kind of just they were kind of cringy, in my opinion, or anything. Nothing towards the cast and crew and everything. It's more so people who thought of the advertisements, the advertising team. But all around, the trailers for the show are really cool, even though they started reusing lots and lots of shots and putting on multiple trailers with a lot of the same shots and just calling them new trailers. And a lot of people in the comment sections of the new trailers were usually like, oh, these are just new trailers with the same footage with different titles. And I was always wondering where there were where were the episode sneak peeks, opening minutes, just in general sneak peeks, because trailers are really cool to get you hyped for the episode and show off a lot of the big moments that will be happening in the episode, exciting moments. But they were putting out way too many trailers. First 5 were cool as fuck and everything, but then they started releasing way too many, with the marks mixed with those extremely cringy and just awful advertisements. But leading up to the a last probably week or two before the first episode's release or airing, they started releasing sneak peeks and everything, and I was like, okay, this is so much better. I get to see the characters in action or anything, and see the characters, so I can get more and more excited and everything. And I was just like, okay, fuck yeah, I'm in for the the episode, I'm in for the ride. And then Sunday came along, and bam. So usual with these videos, I'm gonna go for the review first and then the discussion video. Like I said, completely unscripted, so I might forget some stuff in the review and the discussion. So but let's hop right into the review. So the acting, in my opinion, was fairly good. I didn't really see any performances that were genuinely out of whack, in my opinion. I mean, the woman who played Ellen's, or the woman who we'll get into the Ellen mother thing later, but the woman who Hope shot as a child and everything, I thought that she was a bit kooky and weird, and just, I'm not sure if it was acting or just the character, but that was a bit weird, and I don't know, it was a bit odd. But really, besides that, the acting I felt was pretty good. I'm not really an actor's reviewer and everything, so I can only detect really bad acting or just good acting. So just on opinion and everything on acting, that's just my opinion or anything. I'm pretty sure professional could think completely different, but overall I thought it was just good. It was good, and I saw nothing really bad. The whole plot of the episode I thought was really good. It did a really good job at just setting up cause going into a bit of the spoilers into the episode, I should have said in the beginning of the video, about this review and discussion video will feature a ton of spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, then well, sorry, you've probably been spoiled already. But I thought the general plot was good, and it did kind of a Breaking Bad style, at first episode, where in the episode they Hope and Iris and everything will get messages from their father and everything over I think a fax machine. It's probably not a fax machine, but I'm probably a fucking idiot, it's not that. But they get messages from their father and everything, and it keeps going until it fleshes out the characters in the beginning. It shows them, their community and everything, and it goes all the way to the end of the episode where they just leave the community and everything, and then the community is just destroyed. Now, a lot of other shows and people behind the shows would have honestly just ended it after they got the first message, and was just oh, okay, it just didn't really do a lot for the first episode. But this episode episode did a really good job of fleshing out the characters and just did all of that just very well, and it just got right into the meat just so quickly, and it just got me excited, just like Breaking Bad did and everything, where it was just like, the first episode, it got right into the fact that, like, Walter had cancer, cooking meth and everything. It just got right into the story and just the whole main plot and just theme and just story of the show in general, which I really liked and everything. Cinematography and camera work wise, I didn't really notice anything insanely, like, like great. It was good. It wasn't bad at all or anything. I just didn't know, like, notice anything like insanely eye-catchy. So, like I said, good and everything, just not anything like insanely, like, eye candy. Music, I didn't really focus on music all that much and everything, to be perfectly honest, like I said, or it's just not, like, I can't remember any, like, noticeable music, but like I said with the other thing, it was probably good and everything. Editing is something where I have a genuine opinion on, and I feel like when they were showing a lot of the flashbacks of Hope and Iris and their parents and everything running through, like, the night the sky fell, I personally really didn't like how they would show, like, I think it was mainly during Iris when she was talking about her dreams and everything to the therapist, but they would do these really shitty cuts where they would just, like, quickly show, like, them running through the flaming, like, planes, and then would really quickly cut back, and it felt like it was very jarring and everything. Like, if you want to show a flashback, in my opinion, it's fine to do those quick cuts, but I just didn't like it genuinely, in my opinion. Like, maybe I need, because I only saw the episode once, so maybe I would like it if I saw the episode twice and everything, but I just personally didn't like it during my first viewing where they would do those jarring cuts. But overall, when they showed, like, the other flashbacks and everything, I did like it, and they placed in good points in the episode. But that's all I really have to critique editing. It was just good overall and everything. And to be perfectly honest, that's all I really have for a review. Moving on to, like, more of the discussion about, like, my favorite moments in the episode or what I can remember, since, like I said, I'll most likely, like, editing Mike will most likely put stuff in the description of stuff I forget to mention, which there'll probably be a lot since I don't have a great memory. Pretty much all of the moments they show with our characters and everything, and this is just a wide range of just shit and everything, like I said, so just in case I don't remember, but it's just a lot of the moments where they show with the characters and everything I genuinely liked. I didn't know that Iris, Hope, Elton, and Cyrus, I just cannot pronounce his name ever. I really do like his character, I just can't remember, like, whether it's Cyrus or Silas, but I didn't know they were all just gonna know each other right into the show. I thought they were all gonna, like, just escape. Like, I thought, like, Ellen and Silas would see them, like, leaving and just join them randomly. I didn't know they were all just gonna be friends right out of the gate, but I just liked a lot of the moments in general between all of the characters and everything, like, just between, like, moments between, like, Hope and, like, Iris. I genuinely liked their sister bond and everything. I just really liked, like, just those two characters interacting. They just had a lot of really good interactions and everything when they, like, Hope was trying to get Iris to come to, like, the party and everything, and I'll get to, like, the stuff about that party later, but I just genuinely liked all the moments between them and everything. I really did. I really liked Felix and Huck's characters and their characters. I genuinely loved the characters. I know I just repeated that, like, twice and everything, but I do really like, Felix and Huck. Like, I think they're two really good characters. Just, like, the actors behind them and everything and how they portray them and just, like, how they're written. I just really like their characters. There's just not much I can even say besides that, besides I really like them. Like, they're just really good comic relief, but they're just entertaining characters to watch on screen. Like, every moment they're on screen, I have my eyes attached because they were just good characters, especially when, in getting to the party thing, when, like, Hope was busted for having, like, alcohol and everything in her, like, apartment for the party, or rave, I guess that she called it. And how, like, Felix had her behind bars and everything. That moment was just so great. Like, when, like, Iris came in to, bust, like, Hope out and everything, and Felix had the whole conversation about how they knew her father and everything. Just that whole scene was just so entertaining to me. And I feel like I'm going a little bit, like, off the timeline of the episode. Like, I'll talk about one moment from, like, the middle, and then, like, talk about one moment from the beginning. The moment where Hope went to the, like, follow the bus to, like, the meeting with the CRM and everything, and, like, the walker, like, attached onto, like, the truck and everything, or the bus. I thought that was really cool. I thought the meeting between the CRM and, like, Huck and, like, Felix was really cool. It felt really, like, funny and awkward and everything. It was genuinely cool to see the CRM. But when Hope was at, like, the graveyard and everything, while, like, talking to her mother and everything, I thought that was really quick and everything, which at first I didn't like and everything, but getting out to probably watch for a second time. But when she turned and saw, like, those, like, gigantic helicopters or cargo bobs from, like, that's the name from Grand Theft Auto 5. It's probably not the real name in real life. But when she saw those, I was like, whoa, that's really fucking cool. And I was wondering all the way to the very end why they had those crates. But we'll get get into that a bit later. I thought the whole plot between, or subplot in the episode when they were getting messages from their father and how they started slowly bringing characters into it and everything, like Silas or Cyrus and like, you know, Elton and then Iris and Hope and all of them, and then bringing like, you know, Felix and Huck into it, and that whole like, you know, where they started really, their like, you know, trust with the CRM started to really collapse. I thought that was very interesting, especially when like, you know, Felix got into it and he was like, oh, I was like, you know, supposed to protect them. I don't know if this is against like, you know, protocol or anything. I thought that was very entertaining. I thought the whole meeting between Hope and Iris, where like, you know, where at night and everything, and like Hope was like saying they're bad people, I don't trust them and everything, but then all of a sudden Elizabeth, who's like, you know, the military leader of the CRM, like, you know, militia or military, whatever, she came out of like, you know, the darkness and everything, and she like, you know, started like, you know, confronting them and everything. We're not really like an aggressive confrontation, but they started like, you know, talking and everything, and Elizabeth addressed their concerns, and I thought it was a very tense moment and everything. I thought it was really good, and I thought it was genuinely entertaining, which I'll say a lot throughout this like, you know, discussion review video. But I thought it was funny how like, you know, actually cool that she gave her like, you know, them a map to like, you know, find their father and everything, and also how she said she was drunk, which I thought was funny, and the reactions to it was funny. I really liked Silas and Ellen throughout this episode. I thought I think they're very two great characters in my opinion. Like, I really like their characters. I think they're entertaining to watch, especially like, you know, Ellen's kind of like, you know, exploration or wanting for exploration, like, you know, type character, adventurous character, and then Cyrus is very like, you know, quiet and everything, and I feel genuinely like sweet character, or at least it's something that I noticed during episode 2, which I'll talk about in my like, you know, another video. But I liked both their characters, and especially when they left, I thought that was like, you know, very cool and entertaining. And I might as well talk about this before I get to like, you know, the big finale ending of the episode. But I think I noticed that you know, this might be something completely obvious to everyone else, but I think the woman that Hope shot in the flashbacks, which to quickly go over the flashbacks, I thought they were cool and everything, and I thought it was just cool. But I think the woman who Hope shot and everything was actually Ellen's mom, because the way Ellen described her throughout the episode and everything, I thought was like, you know, it like, you know, the description matched and everything. And I'm pretty much like, you know, just gonna go ahead and just say Hope shot like, you know, Ellen's mother and everything. But and I wonder if they're ever gonna have like, you know, a moment where they like, you know, talk about that in the future. And I really do hope that's like, you know, the character names Hope, like, you know, get it, fuck me. But moving on to the big finale of the episode and everything, when the CRM are like, you know, all going out and like, you know, walking around like, you know, I think it's Omaha community or the Nevada community, I can't remember which community it is, but they're all like, you know, walking throughout the community and everything, stabbing walkers and shooting and everything, and all like everything around just smoke, and the walls are down, everything's destroyed. I thought that was very cool but weird, because I was like, oh, does that mean Elizabeth's bad or good? I have no clue. Like, maybe they like, you know, Elizabeth thought that like, you know, Hope and like, you know, Iris and everything were figuring out things and like, you know, too quick, and she had to like, you know, start destroying everything to maybe, I don't know, get them. Because I think one of the CRM soldiers said to Elizabeth saying they're not here, and she was like, good, which maybe that means Elizabeth's like leading them into like, you know, somewhere where she wants them. Oh, in a moment that I completely forgot to like, you know, talk about, but when they were, there's a couple moments I forgot to talk about, but during this like, you know, Iris's speech and everything, how she was like, you know, woke up and she was like drunk that morning and everything, and the speech, what I thought was very good, and I like actually liked that moment. But I thought it was very interesting when she especially like, you know, turned to like, you know, Elizabeth, and she was like, I don't trust you people because you don't want to tell me where my dad is or whatever. I thought that was a very like, you know, cool, intense moment, I guess. And I just really liked like, you know, all the characters in this episode. That's something I want to get like into everyone's head so much, as I love the characters so far, and the story so far is just so entertaining. I absolutely loved it. So in my opinion, all around for this episode, I thought it was an amazing first episode. A lot of people didn't like it, but I personally loved it, honestly. Like I said, I had very few issues, like maybe a few acting things, or like, you know, acting moments that were maybe a bit odd, and some jarring edits. I also, okay, one thing I forgot to mention, fuck me, I really liked the whole moments between like, you know, Iris and her therapist and everything, especially when like, you know, eventually the therapist died, and I thought she was a very good character to have like, you know, for a little bit, and I genuinely liked her. Also when Huck and Felix left to like, you know, go find them, I thought that was entertaining and just cool. But like I said, all around a very good like, you know, premiere to a new series and everything. A very good first episode of like, you know, fleshing out our characters, getting us to really like them, getting us to really attach to the story, and just getting us excited for what the like, you know, the future of the show has. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm very late on like, you know, behind on a lot of my reviews and everything. Like episode 2 already premiered and everything. I'm planning to have my review out for that and everything soon after this goes out. And I'm almost finished with my, like, you know, review and discussion video for episode 16 of season 10 of The Walking Dead: A Certain Doom, the season 10 finale, which I know I'm very late on that and everything, but, like, you know, I still want to get it out and everything. I could just say, like, oh, just screw it and everything, but I do want to genuinely get it out still. And if you're The Walking Dead season 6 episode 1 review and everything, I do want to get that out too, because that was a very good premiere to season 6 and everything. I guess it's a quick sneak peek of my reviewer thoughts for it, but, you know, everyone thought it was a good review and everything. I thought it was, or a good episode and everything, but besides that, like I said, very good episode and everything, very good characters, very good way to, like, you know, flesh out the story and everything. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts down below, what you guys thought of the, like, you know, the premiere of, like, you know, The Walking Dead World Beyond season 1 episode 1. Did you guys think it was a good episode? Did you guys think it was a bad episode? What did you like about it? What did you dislike? Did you like the characters, or did you not like the characters? And did you like the story of the first episode, the plot? And did you like the story in general for, like, you know, the first episode? And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video and everything, and this review and discussion video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more of the latest in the Walking Dead universe and more review discussion videos like this pretty much, which, you know, once I get caught up on all my, like, you know, reviews and discussion videos, I'll definitely be getting them out, like, you know, sooner, like, you know, when the episodes, like, you know, drop and everything, since I don't watch, like, you know, the whole AMC premiere thing, because I just cannot watch, like, you know, episodes early. I'm so traditional with these, like, shows and everything, where I want to watch them when every single other normal person is watching them. Not saying the people that watch AMC premiere, like, you know, not normal or anything. I just like watching the traditional way with everyone else while everyone else is watching. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter, because I'm always live tweeting during the episodes and everything, like, you know, my personal favorite moments, like, you know, while the episode's going. They usually look like gibberish, because I'm very quickly trying to tweet as moments are happening while enjoying the episode. But yeah, like I said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more latest in the Walking Dead universe, more videos like this, blah, blah, blah. And yep, I'll see you guys all later and everything. Peace, my amigos, and peace out.